Hey everyone, this is Jeremy J. How's it going? Yeah, still got band-aids on. And I still haven't told you guys how I hurt my hand. I think I'll delay that story. I want to talk about with you the 5 powerful philosophies of life. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, right? The 5 powerful philosophies of life. But these resonate with me because I've discovered these through my own experience. It's not like I just went out and read some books and said, oh, I think this would be a good thing to talk about. These 5 philosophies are extremely powerful because I've learned them through my experiences with other people, and particularly over the last 9 or 10 months now, as I've gone out and met a lot of people and had some really wonderful experiences. And I'm realizing there is tremendous value in interacting with as many people as you can and hearing their perspectives, and even allowing yourself, especially if you're single, to like someone and allow yourself to feel and experience that. And it's that feeling that has, with different people, that I've discovered these 5 powerful life philosophies. The 5 powerful life philosophies. Why am I wearing a blanket? Well, I'm kind of cold, so I'm wearing a blanket. Alright, let's get into these philosophies and why they're so powerful. And perhaps you in your life can take this philosophy and you won't have to go through an experience, but instead begin adopting it right away. Here we go. Number 1. True human connection is an amazing experience. Cherish it. So the reason this philosophy is so powerful to me is because as I've interacted with people in my life, it's rare for there to be someone that you completely and utterly connect with, such that you almost complete each other's sentences and everything just flows naturally and effortlessly and easily. This doesn't happen most of the time. So when it does, when you meet someone in your life, a friend, whoever it is, it may even be a family member, cherish that. Life is uncertain. Like, I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. Things happen in life. So when you meet someone or discover that someone in your life is a true human connection, where the dialogue and the interaction just flows effortlessly, cherish that. Don't take it for granted. It's a wonderful and amazing experience. And so now when I meet someone, and if I meet someone and there's a mutual connection, I don't reject it. I don't immediately look for faults in the other person or misalignments in the other person. I just cherish it and become very accepting of it. And there's different levels of true human connection. So cherish true human connection. It's an amazing thing. That's philosophy number 1. Philosophy number 2, be detached, to be at peace. I've done a video on this already, and I can put a link to that, and I will put a link to that video in the description here. This powerful philosophy was taught to me by someone. I don't think that this someone knows that I learned this philosophy from them. I don't want to share too many details about this person, but this person disconnected from my life very abruptly in March, I think it was. And it was someone that I met and I cared about. And for whatever reason, they decided to disconnect without saying why. And so it made me do some inner reflection and say, well, I care about this person, I like them, and they up and left and exited my life. And it was hard for a few days. It made me do a lot of self-reflection, inner thoughts and workings on me as a person. And I realized that that person left not because of me, but because of them. And I discovered this Buddhist philosophy as I was researching what's the best way to handle something like this? And I discovered the Buddhist philosophy of being detached from outcomes to be at peace. It doesn't mean you don't care, doesn't mean you don't want, but you're okay with whatever comes your way. It's extremely powerful, and learning this philosophy has helped alleviate a tremendous amount of really unnecessary suffering in my life. Now I'm happy with whatever happens. I'm content with where things go, and I strive for things. I want things. I'm not immune to wants and desires, but I'm happy with what I have, and I'm happy with where I'm at, and the struggles and everything all rolled into one. I'm happy with it, and I would not have learned this philosophy without this particular person coming into my life and exiting my life. Pretty powerful. Number 3, enjoy the beauty of the present moment. So after March, about a month or so, a month and a half, after I learned philosophy number 2, philosophy number 3 began to materialize to me. And it was again with someone that I found quite interesting and fascinating and felt a connection with. And I shared my feelings with this particular person but got no response. And it was interesting to me because I realized that sometimes in life there's experiences, and that experience is just the present moment of what it is, and that's all it is. And there's no reason to attach extra meaning to an experience, and that's what I did with this particular person. I added a ton of extra meaning and questions about it, when in reality the experience I had with this person was just a wonderful, amazing, beautiful experience, and that's all it needed to be, and that's all I needed to think about with it, and there was no need to make it more complex than that, which is what I did. And it's why I believe that person didn't respond when I communicated that. And so now the present moment is super important to me. I relish in the present moment with anybody I'm interacting with, because I know that present moment may be all that there is, and I'm okay with that. And if that's all my interaction with someone is the one time I see them or whatever it is, I'm cool with that. But it also helps me be extremely present and observant in the moment, because I know it may end, and if it does, I appreciate the memories and the experiences, and I'm not attached. I don't try and grasp at it to try and bring it back. I just let it go like a butterfly out of my hand. Enjoy the beauty of the present moment. Philosophy number 4, be exactly who you are and understand any guards you might have. Another month, I meet someone again, and they teach me. I have several conversations with them, some text exchanges, and this is where I realized that I had become quite dull and robotic with who I was in my life, and this person helped me see that. And it was again someone that I liked and cared about, and they helped me see that I really was not acting in a very playful or fun or spontaneous way, which is at my core. I'm very spontaneous and I love having fun, but I had lost those core attributes of myself, and I was trying to fit who I was into some kind of script in how I interacted, and I realized that was just not working at all. And this person helped me see that, and I'm extremely thankful for them for doing that. Now when I interact with people, I kind of say what I feel like saying, and I act in a way that is spontaneous, and I don't hold back. Like, I was on a date with someone, and they're eating their salad and then holding their fork, and I just snatched the fork out of their hand, and she gave me kind of a funny look, and I just said, and she said, "Hey, why'd you do that?" And I said, "Because I felt like doing it, because I thought it would be fun." And I made no apologies for the behavior. And so that kind of spontaneity is back in me, and it feels good. It feels right, because that's who I am at my core, is a very just free-flowing, spontaneous person. So that's philosophy number 4, be exactly who you are and understand any guards you might have. So I understood that I had guards against being my true authentic self and holding back who I was. And I've released those guards, and it's interesting, I have to say, that it's really interesting. Since I've released those guards, I've experienced even greater abundance and opportunities in my life with people and experiences, and it kind of helps me know that that was the right thing to learn and act upon. Alright, here's philosophy number 5. Be powerfully authentic in your interactions with others. So I've learned this from another person that I'm still in contact with. It's interesting, the first 4 philosophies, I'm no longer in regular or really any contact with those people that taught me those 4 philosophies. This 5th one I was taught by someone that I'm still in touch with and interact with periodically. And she doesn't know that she taught me this, I don't think. But being powerfully authentic in your interactions with others is super important. I was having a discussion with her about this, and about just, what are the kinds of people you've met in your life, and what impact have they had on your life? And it was always that the person who was most authentic, the people who were most authentic always stood out the most. And that was interesting to me, because you can tell when someone's being inauthentic, they're holding back who they are, or they're not saying really what they mean. And I realized, oh gosh, like, I've been kind of inauthentic with people that I know. I have said one thing but really wanted another, and that's really a harsh thing to do to yourself. Like, you should present yourself to the world and other people with exactly how you feel, what you want and desire, and you should say it clearly. At least as a man, I believe that that's how a man should be. You should speak your intent clearly. If you want something, you shouldn't say the opposite to avoid, like, you may offend the person or you may get rejected. It's like, no, you should put yourself out there with exactly what you feel. I'm casting a spell at you. You should put yourself out there with exactly what you want and feel. Be detached from the outcome, philosophy number 2, but still put yourself out there, because now you're acting on what you're feeling, and you're being authentic with yourself, and you're being congruent with your wants and desires. Super powerful thing to do. And so now you don't have inner conflict within yourself. You're at peace. And so learning this from this particular woman was interesting, because I took that lesson and I applied it to someone else, where I realized I hadn't been honest with someone. And so then I became honest with that person, being detached from whatever the outcome of that might be. So cool. So those are the 5 powerful life philosophies that I've learned by going out and interacting with people. If you go out and interact with a lot of people, you will start to learn things about yourself. You will develop your own philosophies, or you may discover that these 5 philosophies are at the core of your life experience, and they certainly have surfaced for me as I've interacted with people. So take some time and study these philosophies, and just think about them. The way these philosophies changed me is I took time to think about them and process them, and they became part of my dialogue. That's really how I integrated them, is I thought about them and I spoke them to myself over and over and over. I'm detached, or true connection is amazing, or the present moment is where everything is at. And I continually recite this in my mind, and now it's kind of integrated in my circuitry in my brain, which is totally cool. There you go. This is Jeremy J. sharing the 5 powerful life philosophies. If you will integrate these philosophies into your life, you'll find a greater sense of meaning and purpose and confidence, and the ability to go for what you want and not be rattled if you don't get it. And life becomes an even greater adventure than it already is. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next coaching video.